It's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and Ron Garvin. Ron Garvin isn't here to play games tonight. He's here to fight. These two, beautiful tie-up, collar and elbow. Garvin setting Flair into the corner. And again, they tie up again. But they're all caught up in the corner. The ref trying to break this thing up as Ron Garvin sends Flair flying across the ring. Garvin showing great athleticism. And again, this nice head scissor takeover to Flair. And the head scissors locked in tight on the Nature Boy. Trying to drive Flair into the mat. And now locks it in even tighter. Ron Garvin has the upper hand on Flair right now. Flair is in a very precarious situation so early into this match. This could truly set the pace for how the rest of this match goes between these two. Flair able to bridge out of it, though. And now goes right after a front headlock to follow it up with a knife edge chop and another one. Breaks free of the side headlock. And Garvin comes in hard with a shoulder tackle. A nice hip toss by Flair. But misses the elbow drop as Garvin is able to get out of the way. And Garvin now has the arm scissored in. The arm is locked in. Garvin looking to put all the damage. And it's all around the world he goes as he continues to put the pressure on the left arm of the Nature Boy. This is not looking good for Flair. Flair expressing his immense pain, writhing, pain, the agony. It's all there. But Ronnie Garvin is not falling for the trap. He's not going to feel any remorse towards the Nature Boy, who is always so full of dirty tricks and games. Flair able to get a front headlock as he's able to counter Garvin. And Flair just beating each other up. Not showing any remorse whatsoever. Just pounding away at each other. That last shot from Garvin sweeps the Nature Boy off his feet, and Flair is to the outside on the floor. And Garvin has Flair right where he wants him. They are so stone locked in on each other. And of course I say that just as Ric Flair lost his sense of focus to look back at a fan who was talking smack. And here we go again. From a stare down to buy some time. And now the heat is back on as Garvin brings the fight to Flair. And a nice stack. Had that jackknife cover. Garvin has a front face lock on Flair. The Nature Boy just stomping away on that left arm, trying to take it out of commission of Ronnie Garvin. There's a reason that the NWA looks at Flair at the top. Flair is the best of the best. Oh, Garvin just grabbing onto the face of the Nature Boy. Up and over. Flair hits hard into the mat. And drops down with an elbow right into the chest. Absolutely brutal to Flair. And another cover. It seems that he was trying to get another cover attempt, but the shoulders of Flair just were not all the way down. A front chancery by Garvin, trying to keep Flair as close and tight as possible, not giving Flair any breathing room. And just raking on the back of Flair. Meanwhile, Flair doing everything he can to fight back as he drives his shoulder into the midsection of Garvin. The champion, the NWA World Champion, Ric Flair, just fell down for that split second. Ron Garvin really doing a number to Ric Flair in this match. And again, these two find a tie-up. Flair pulls onto the hair. The referee telling him to knock it off, to let go of the hair. It's certainly not legal. And Flair throwing Garvin hard to the floor. And that is danger territory. Oh, what a brutal chop to the chest. And shoulder first, Flair sends Garvin into the post. The last thing you want if you're Garvin is to be counted out. The referee telling both of them that they're going to be counted out if they don't get back in the ring. Flair's back in the ring, but Garvin hasn't found his way back up yet, trying to shake off some cobwebs. Garvin trying to get back in, but Flair's just not letting him back in. Flair has, oh, what a clubbing blow to the chest. And now pulling back on the neck. And now pulling on the hair of Flair. Flair's getting all caught up. Absolutely brutal. This is just brutal. And we'll be right back after commercial break. Oh, and a headbutt. It's all about the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. It's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and Ronnie Garvin. Ron and Flair going at it. Flair just nailing in these shots on Garvin. Oh, blow for blow. Garvin trying to give Flair all of his might, and Flair just falls. What a vicious overhand chop. Flair known for his side chops. But these overhand chops, Flair, look at the way that Flair connected with the buckles. Absolutely brutal. And Garvin again, we saw that earlier. Garvin raking the back of Flair. These two are laying it all in. There is no bigger prize than the NWA World Championship. When there's 10 pounds of gold on the line, you want it all. And a crossbody will it be? We almost crowned a new world champion, but Flair stays alive. Flair's not going to go down just yet, but Ron Garvin is up and he is ready to go. Flair begging for mercy. And Garvin, I wouldn't show him any of it. I wouldn't waste any time. And another emphatic chop to the chest that is surely going to leave a mark on the champion's chest. If Flair is even still the champion by the time this thing is all said and done. Up and down. Backdrop suplex. Flair lays out Garvin. How is Flair going to follow it up? How is he going to capitalize on this? It certainly gives Flair a little bit of breathing time, but Flair's going to follow it up with a dropping knee onto the head of Ron Garvin as he hooks the far leg for the cover, looks to retain, but Garvin able to get the shoulder up just before the 3. Garvin really putting in the work in this match. There's a reason he's the #1 contender. There's the reason he is challenging the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, for the NWA World Championship right now. He is truly holding his own and being quite the formidable opponent for Ric Flair. And a beautiful suplex by Ron Garvin. Ric Flair screaming in pain. The way his back crashed and burned on the mat, and a splash. But Flair, great ring awareness, finds that bottom rope. Garvin has Flair. And now a sleeper. He could put Flair to sleep, but Flair able to shift his weight. Look how Flair shifted the weight. And now going after the knee of Garvin. This could spell disaster for the challenger. A brilliant counter to the sleeper. Ric Flair able to go after the knee and do some damage. Ric Flair talking his smack as he comes in with some chops. Ric Flair was toying with Garvin for a bit, and now it's becoming a bit of a shove and slap fest between these two. Look at this. Garvin just going at it with Flair. Flair driven all the way back into the corner. Literally, talk about being backed into a corner. Ric Flair is not where he wants to be. And just raking the eyes of the Nature Boy. These slaps. No mercy whatsoever. Garvin on that choke. He's got to make sure he keeps his emotions in check so he doesn't get disqualified. Flair went for the foot, but Garvin able to break Flair's grip. And an emphatic chop. Flair coming in with a few of them. Garvin just breaks free. Garvin's fired up. There is no going back to the point of no return as Garvin is fired up. And a nice shot from Garvin to Flair. This is exactly what you want if you're Ron Garvin. And back up. And Flair flies and falls. Talk about the rise and fall. We might be witnessing the coronation of a new world champion. Garvin able to grab Flair with the legs. The cover's there. Garvin tried to bridge, and there it is. That time he got it. That's just showing the exhaustion from this match. But Garvin's able to get him, and a high stack on this backslide. And another attempt, but Flair again able to kick out and get the shoulders up before the 3. Garvin breaks free. Nice shot. Sends Flair down to the mat. Oh, and Flair able to kick out. What a chop. And the ref trying to pull Garvin back. And a boot to the midsection by Flair. Great way to use the distraction to your advantage. Uh-oh. And The family jewels aren't feeling so good for Ron Garvin's little Garvins. And Flair just launching the referee across the ring. The referee's been laid out. And Flair just stomping away. Here comes the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes goes after Flair.